it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. I am going to be telling you a bunch of fun things that you can do here in the summer in Portland. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name's Ilana and I post content about what it's like to navigate life in dating in Portland. So if you're thinking about moving to Portland or maybe you're just single navigating the dating world, go ahead and subscribe down below because I think you'll really like it here. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Portland has a lot of great festivals that go on in the summer. So there are two festivals that I recommend that you check out that are going to be happening in the month of July. The first one is the Waterfront Blues Festival, which is going to be happening on 4th of July weekend from July 1st to July 4th. So if you're going to buy a day pass, it's about $35, but if you buy it on the day of, it's going to be $40. And if you're going to do the 4-day pass, the Tier 1 pass is $190 and the Tier 2 pass is $230. If you're really into blues music, then you're gonna love that, and they're gonna have lots of drinks and food vendors, and they are gonna be doing a fireworks show on the 4th, so that will be really fun. And they plan on having 4 stages with over 100 acts of music. So if you're interested in blues music and hanging out with other people who are like-minded than you in terms of your music taste, then you're gonna want to go to this festival. The other festival that's going to be coming up in July towards the end of the month, from July 28th to July 30th, is the Oregon Brewers Festival, or also known as Beer Fest. So this is also happening on the waterfront, and over 40 beer vendors and cideries are going to be coming, and you can do beer tasting. The admissions is free, but if you want to do the tasting, you will need to purchase a ticket to do the tasting. Tickets are $30 and it is going to come with a drinking mug, and the sole purpose of the mug is for you to taste your beer out of, and you have to drink your beer out of that mug that they provide for you, which I think is kind of cool. It basically just is very environmentally friendly, and I really like that. And plus you get to go home with a cool souvenir. So if you're a total beer enthusiast or even someone who likes ciders, then you're gonna really want to check this out. Another really fun activity that I highly recommend that you do in Portland is to go paddleboarding on the Willamette River or even the Columbia River, or maybe you can even go outside of the city and go to some of the lakes and go paddleboarding there. The Willamette River has a really great spot in the Selwood Moreland area where you can go paddleboarding, and that part of the river is very calm and a really great place to enjoy that, and it has like a little sandy beach. I've mentioned that in my Selwood Moreland video before, and I think it's really nice during the summer, and I just feel like it's a really hidden gem that people don't really know about in Portland. So that is something that's going to be really fun to do, and I know that I'm going to be wanting to try that out this summer. You can even go kayaking or canoeing out on the river as well. That's going to be very refreshing, or even just go sailing. That's something that I did when I was in San Francisco. I went sailing on the bay once and I had a great time. So to do that on the Willamette River would also be a really great summer thing to do with a group of friends or even just by yourself. Now that the weather is getting warmer and sunnier, this is the perfect time to finally enjoy being outside, because during the summer it doesn't really rain that much and it is gorgeous during the summer. I remember summer last year was so magical, besides the one weekend where we had a really bad heat wave going on. So this is the perfect time to take advantage of all of Portland's rooftop bars or any restaurant or bar that has an outdoor patio. I recommend to soak up the outdoors and the sunshine and really enjoy it, because we don't get this weather that often. There are plenty of rooftop bars that you can go to. I mean, there's Departure, there is Taupe, and there's a couple others that have outdoor patios. I believe the Radio Room has one. You've got Starlight, which is like close to Old Town. So many great places that you can go out and enjoy a bite to eat while enjoying some sunshine. In case you didn't know this by now, Portland is a very biker-friendly city. I mean, you're gonna see people riding bikes all over because everything here is so bikeable. Take this time to go out and ride your bike. If you don't have a bike, that's okay. You can easily rent those Nike ones that you see all over the city for a decent price that you can rent it by minutes or the hour. They're all over the place, so that is something to take advantage of if you don't have a bike. Go ahead and look up some really great bike trails in the city. I recommend biking across the Tillicum Crossing Bridge. That's like the best spot to bike. There are many options, and I know that there is a biking event that's going on in Portland. I don't remember what it's called. I'll have the information on the screen for you to check out. I just heard something about it, but I don't remember what it is. So again, it'll be on the screen for you to look at. So get out there and ride your bike. Another great summer activity that I highly recommend is going to the International Test Rose Garden out in Washington Park. Summer is when all the roses become in bloom and they're in season, and you can finally enjoy the rose garden for what it is, because summer is basically the best time to see it when all the roses are out, and it's a great Instagrammable spot if you want to take pictures with all the roses and the flowers and the rose arches. I mean, it's a beautiful spot. It's a great place to take your kids and just enjoy being outside. And while you're there, feel free to go out and explore the rest of Washington Park. I mean, Washington Park is huge, and it is such a great thing to just do in general. I mean, any season really, but if you want to enjoy Washington Park at its fullest, I think summer is the best time to go because all the pollen's pretty much gone and just everything has pretty much blossomed, and it just looks really pretty. So definitely go out and check out the Rose Garden and even other places around Washington Park. And then the last recommendation that I have for you is to actually go out a little bit further out of the city, preferably like the Gorge, and go on some hikes out there. You can even go on some hikes out in the Mount Hood area, which is another great thing to do. And I will just say that the Pacific Northwest has so many hikes to offer. I mean, Portland does have some great hiking trails, but if you want some really great ones that are a little bit more scenic than the ones in Portland, I definitely recommend going out to the Gorge, kind of near Multnomah Falls. I mean, there's a hike that you can do in Multnomah Falls, but just gotta warn you, it is pretty touristy. So just be mindful of that and when you're going, because the crowds get really crazy, especially during the summer. And then, as I mentioned, Mount Hood is another great place. I went in late May last year, so it was still a little bit chillier back then, but once it hits July, it warms up a ton and the snow is pretty much gone except for like what's on the mountain. So that is another great option. And plus they have a really great winery over there that you can check out and enjoy the outdoors with a great view of Mount Hood. What do we think, everyone? Do you have any things that you would add to your summer bucket list here in Portland? Comment down below and let me know, and tell me what your favorite idea from this list was. And if you liked this video and you thought it was helpful, do make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!